In this video, I absolutely send it on a Frenchman, and we have a look at the most used tracks in Gran Turismo 7, as well as the least. Hello everyone, and welcome back to a Gran Turismo video where we're racing at Yamagiwa. Now, a couple of topics of discussion for this one. First up, we're looking at it right now. Daily races used. This track has been picked out 6 times in Gran Turismo 7, this week being the 6th time, and that is a topic of discussion for this video because this is a repeat combo from literally 4 weeks ago. If you do enjoy this video, as always, do give it a like and do subscribe to the channel. But we're going to have a good race here at Yamagiwa, hopefully, because in the weekly race guide, well, I had a bit of a crash and I was going quite quickly. Behind Chafe there's picked the Audi TT, which is looking very strong this week. All the FF cars are looking very strong, as they pulled a bit of a wheelie there in this McLaren 650S. This car also is a strong car, and of course this is the one I used in that weekly race guide. As we're looking down the inside of Will It Bros, then a gap has been left open. We go down the inside, we jump to chase cam just so you can see where Chris is here. Then I actually gave Chris way too much room. I could have actually carried a bit more speed there. Chase gives me a little bit of a bump draft then, heading down towards the chicane. Side by side here, very dangerous as we go into here, but we all settle it out there, and I go on into P14 then. As you can see here, already having some good racing. In fact, it's really nice to see the fact that this is a strong A+ lobby. Last week, the daily races were the quietest I've ever seen them. We jumped on board the French driver here, Delabelli, I think that is. Apologies for my pronunciation. We've seen a big old fight here with 2 Aston Martin Vantages V8 cars here. The old car, of course. We don't have the new one in the game. We've got Bevis and Rogers up ahead. Now, trying to overtake here is very dangerous indeed. The McLaren slightly tapped the Aston. The Aston unfortunately hits the curb and taps the McLaren back, and that causes a big old crash there. You can see I've just gone on through here. Let's jump back on board myself, and that slow Aston Martin, which surely has damage from hitting the barrier then. So through the left we go, and we're in a queue of cars here as well on this lap number 2, and we've got a bit of a run on the Aston there. We just get the edge over them then. We're going to go into chase cam there. Chafe now bump drafting the Aston potentially there, maybe just backed out of it at the very end, and we've got on through here up into P10 then. Of course, some people have pitted at the end of lap 1, which you can do as we jump further on in lap number 2. So the strategy here can vary. Some people are doing the no tyre change. Personally, for me, I think the tyre change is a better, well, race for you, essentially. You're not worrying about the tyres at the end of the race. So that's what I go for. But of course, you can pit at various laps here. The key to this race is all about getting into some free air where you're not fighting somebody constantly on the lap. It's a very fast circuit, so the second you start fighting, you cost yourself seconds, not tenths. Seconds. Now remember, I did cheat as well in the weekly race guide, and you can check that out at the end of this video as we go up the hill here at Yamagiwa for the 3rd time of asking then. Going up here. Now this race was a good race last time for Daily Race B. We've now got another good race here in Daily Race C, and it is a repeat combo. I'd say within a month it's a repeat combo. Now the Bugatti trophy there goes way too wide. I sent it down the inside, and look at my face. Yeah, I did kind of enjoy that move. I really did. Of course, the full short reaction will come out at some point this week. We're going to head down towards the chicane then with a Scirocco up ahead, another front-wheel drive car. Nice to see them performing very well, of course, as we go through here. Looking to try and get the run on them then. We do indeed get a run on them, but those front-wheel drive cars are really good at the top end, and they do need to be. Their tyre wear is atrocious here, so they do have to change their tyres as we head in towards the hairpin. Then side by side here, 2x2. The TT goes deep then. We go around the outside of Scirocco, and we get another place here up into P8. This race is turning into a fantastic race, and you can see my facial reactions as well. I am thoroughly enjoying this one. I really am, as we go through that left-hander then and continue on. The goal here, not to crash, of course, due to what happened earlier on. We go a lap later. We catch up to Jedi Jimbo. So at this point, I was like, okay, lap 4. Pretty good time to pit, to be honest with you. Already had some tyre wear, so pitting, changing tyres will work wonders here. That's what we're going to do. I don't want to fight Jimbo there. I want to try and get ahead from the pit stop. So straight in here, change those tyres over. Thank you, McLaren team. I appreciate it as we head out the pits. Now, nobody around me here, and we've got a couple of the lap runners ahead of us, including F1 Slays TV. But what we're going to do, actually, is jump to the Aston Martin, who we were fighting here. So they've just gone into the pit a lap later, and what we're going to do is have a little bit of a race. We don't do this very often. You can see my camera and perspective, point of view on the top right-hand side here as we wait for the Aston to come in the pits. The question is, who's coming out in front here? Is it the Aston or is it the McLaren? Well, the Aston is also changing tyres. We can see that there. And they are leaving the pits right about now. Then they've just exited the pits. But unfortunately for them, they're going too slow. I go clean on by here and I have to catch up to the other Aston Martin here of Moama, I guess. I assume they're from a different region. They've got a red bar there, and it also has EU in the name. Usually that means it's somebody from a different region using their EU account. So you're going to be a bit pingy, you're going to be a bit all over the place, and you do have to be careful with people from out of region. It's just that they communicate, or their communication distance is longer. So the server struggles to keep up with them versus us, who is local. Right, in towards the left we go. We've just got a bit of an overlap here, but they do leave me space as well. Brilliant racing here as we continue on through. That Aston still does have some good speed there. Look at that pull away on the exit there as we head towards the chicane here at Yamagiwa. I do like the chicane. It's a bit annoying sometimes in some cars, but apparently in Group 4 it's fairly okay. I've not had too many issues there, to be honest with you. It's only when you try and yeet it like full on 1000% that you have real issues. If you take it at 95%, it's absolutely fine every single time. Now, Willet Bros here going very slow up ahead. I assume they've not been in the pits because we overtook them earlier on then as we go down here. We'll try and have a look at exactly what happened there. But even so, we've got a race to go on here as we go into the left-hander. Oh, the Aston Martin gets held up massively then. We've got a good run here on the Aston. We go towards that left-hand side as they defend the right-hand side then as we go into this right-hander. Look how close this slight tap between the two. Arguably, that's net code, not necessarily their fault then as we continue on through. You can see that I'm shaking my head. It's just a bit frustrating. That's all that is. But they did leave me space on the exit, so that's just an overreaction from myself as well. Still some good racing to be had here. They defend to the very end there. They know what they're doing as we go into this one side by side again. Round the outside turn one. Never really works here. It really doesn't. It's way too long of a corner to make that work. And they give me space on the exit. So that's what I mean, you know. All it was, a bit of rubbing. That's all it is. Overreaction from me. We carry on racing as we go up here. But again, I show my live reactions because they are raw. They are live and I am human at the end of the day. Up ahead, they defend the inside line. I'm going for my sneaky move here. I always do this. Force them to the inside until they defend and go into the braking zone. They always get it wrong. And you can go clean on by on the inside. Now, what actually happened to Chris? Because we saw Willet Bros going very slow here. So Lewis has just been in the pits. We saw Willet Bros going to the pits. Oh, okay. So they just slightly outbrake there, does Lewis. And unfortunately, that's going to cause a bit of a Constantina in terms of actions and reactions there as everyone tries to recover themselves. Bit of a hard one on whether Lewis should wait up there, actually, because they're on different strategies. So Lewis waiting up doesn't actually impact Chris, but Chris has been impacted in the race. Kind of an interesting conundrum. I've never really thought about it before. Going back to this race, so F1 Slaves there takes a penalty here. And as we go into here, I'm doing the same move again, down the inside. Oh, what a move that was. I enjoyed that one a lot. That was a nice move. Come on, folks. Oh, hello. Lewis is having problems there. Going for a bit of a spin. Unfortunately, Lewis is actually going to leave the race there as well as we go up to P6. The final lap then here, and we're catching up to Shorty the Pimp. I mean, if that's your profession, all fair to you then as we go on the inside of Shorty as we continue on out. Shorty, by the way, in Scary Movie. What a character. Unbelievable character. I'm going to head down here side by side. This is very scary. This normally results in a crash. But round of applause for Shorty there. That is unbelievable. We went side by side into this. Still racing clean and fair. Honestly, big shout out for that racing. I fully expected a crash there because I wasn't giving that up. It's the last lap. You weren't wanting to give it up either. And we both made it through clean. Unbelievable. Honestly, that was awesome. You can see my smile there. I enjoyed that. I enjoy racing. That's what I like. Good, clean, awesome racing. And as we head towards the line there, we get very close to a tied finish. But I just get P5 in the end with that one. But going back to this race, and half the point of this video, this is a repeat combo, and a repeat combo from within the last month. And arguably, some repeat combos are good. This one's a good combo. And, you know, I rate this race very highly. I did in the weekly race guide. However, other combos that we use aren't necessarily very good. And we keep using them over and over and over again. I get a lot of comments saying we've used this combo 1,000 times. So let's actually look at that in a bit more detail. I went to grab some data that's already been presented by house name. And here we have tracks that have never been used. Never, ever, ever been used. All the infields there pretty much are Blue Moon Bay with the odd exception. Infield B is one of my favourite tracks in the game. We've never used it. Never used it. Some of the ovals are in there, of course. Catalonia National Layout is in there as well. We've got some of the Poisson courses, St. Croix A in reverse, B in reverse as well. And don't get me wrong, there are more than 10 tracks that haven't been used. And we are going to jump to the next 10 in just a second. They're the first 10. C, reverse, never been used. Colorado Springs Lake 2. I mean, I'm not that fond of the rallying. Fisherman's Ranch was a brilliant rally track, actually, to be fair. We had some of those daily races in GT Sports. Why is that not being used? You know, get some Group B rally cars, get on Fisherman's Ranch for a daily race A or B if you want to use it on B, and have some fun. High Speed Ring in reverse. I put 2 as reverse because that's the old school way of doing it for Gran Turismo. That has never been used. High Speed Ring 2 has never, ever, ever been used. That's mental. Obviously, the tourist layout at the Nordschleife, I don't expect that to be used because I don't think that's even raceable. The Tokyo tracks. Where's Tokyo gone? I've had some fantastic races at Tokyo. Central counterclockwise, east counterclockwise, south clockwise, south counterclockwise. Why are they not? I don't get it. Obviously, some of the Tokyo tracks are because of wall riders, which I half understand, but even so, let's put into place a way to stop wall riders. Don't cause issues for players that want to race those tracks. Now, these are tracks that have just been used once. We've got Alsice Village in reverse. I mean, I don't really like that track, but, you know, it's fair enough. St. Croix, A, B, and C, 1. So, the reverses we've never used. Forward, we've used once on each of them. Once. You can see when they were last used there. A, 2022. Basically, 1.5 years ago, that was last used. That's mental. Absolutely mental. Yamagiwa plus Miyabi, 1 down at the bottom there. That's a fantastic circuit. I like Yamagiwa. Yamagiwa plus Miyabi, they don't use it at all. There. Nürburgring 24-hour layout, which is understandable. It's a very long circuit. Literally used once. Another Tokyo track, east clockwise. Honestly, it blows my mind that we're not using these tracks. We have repeat combos, and then we have tracks we don't use. They shouldn't. What's the point of them being in the game? Really, what is the point? So, I know I'm going off on one here and a bit of a rant, but PE, come on. Now, I've done a video like this in the past, and literally the very next week, they used St. Croix C, I think it was, because I said it's never been used. Now, speaking about used, here is the overused track, Suzuka, 17 times. And that's just the full layout. There is a Suzuka East in there as well. I may have to double check my counts here, but I'm pretty sure that is the case in terms of that. It's used too many times. I like Suzuka. It's one of my favorite circuits. But let's use some of the other ones. You can notice Laguna's in there as well. They're 2 of the car profile tracks. So it's good job I'm using them, isn't it, really, here? In terms of that. High-speed tracks there. Monza and Spa are up there in terms of the high-speed tracks. And we know we use them a lot. Spa, literally, is being used in a time trial. This is just daily races, though. This is A, B, and C in terms of them. So I really, really do hope Gran Turismo look at using some of those tracks that have never been used before, or used once or twice. You know, they are enjoyable tracks. I love St. Croix tracks because they're wide, they're open. You can have some fantastic races there. You really, really, really can. That's going to be it for this video, folks. I thought I'd just highlight some of the issues there with track choice. You're not the only ones. I know I get a lot of complaints in the comments saying, oh, it's the same over and over. It is. I agree with you. I want some of those tracks that we've never used or hardly used to come into play, potentially using different cars as well. I can't remember when it was. We used the Formula T1500 at one of the St. Croix tracks. It could have been in GT7, actually. But that's good fun. Let's try that. Let's put that combo together. Let's have some fun. Super Formula there. Let's go wild. You know, I remember a Group 4 race at one of the St. Croix's in reverse in GT Sport. It was a fantastic race. Really was fantastic. Anyway, I'm ranting on. The point of the video there was to show you what tracks haven't been used, what has only been used once, and the most tracks used there as well. And also show you a fantastic race at Yamagiwa, because that was brilliant fun. It was a brilliant race, some clean driving, and it was nice to see a strong lobby as well. That's going to be it for this video, folks. I do hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, as always, give it a like. Subscribe to the channel to stay in touch with all the latest content. I do appreciate the support, but I'm going to say goodbye now. A big thank you for watching as always. Check out GT Amiga and Fanatec, and I hope to see you in another video or live stream again very soon.